Well, I just got home from a long day of filming, and unfortunately, I just found out the hard way that my new mic cord does not work. So, unfortunately, there was no sound in any of the videos I took today. I took three. So, for the first time since my first day ever on YouTube, I'm going to attempt a voiceover. So, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I'm not sure how you'll feel about it, but let's make the most of it. Let's give this a go. I'm at Weaver's Treasures in Hagerstown, Maryland. I always enjoy the pop of orange in this booth. I was looking at the little Fenton vase, $25 and 20% off. Great price, but you know, I try to switch it up and not to do the same thing over and over again. But speaking of Fenton, incredible Atlantis vase. I don't usually see that colorway. That one was at $210. Really nice collector's piece, not so much for me for resale. And then back here, I was looking at these vases. I thought they were Japanese, and I was too short to safely reach them and kind of gave up because I thought, hey, they're not coming with me anyway. I've been more into the jewelry sales recently, so we're going to dig through that. Nice amethyst bohemian jar, really regal looking. And then over here, the little toothpick holder, Nippon. I love the tinies. I always check the bangle rack, see if somebody missed a piece of Bakelite. You can usually hear by the tap or texture, but I've found some for like a couple bucks on these racks before. And I love this kind of Tiffany blue beaded purse. I was curious to see if I could do it one-handed. I don't know why this color really reminds me of I Dream of Jeannie. This booth had 20% off and it was at 15, so 12 bucks, probably about what I'd get out of it, but really, really fun color. I always like this booth. They always have such great kitsch. I'm sorry again about the voiceovers. If you hate them, let me know. I know my camera is a little zoomy weird. I'm just really not familiar with like the new changes to the new iPhone. It didn't seem like it would be that big a difference. Love that paper clown, the party surprise. This booth is always one of those ones you never know what you're gonna get. There's always great miniatures, tons of stuff packed in here. Mostly dollhouse items, but I've definitely found some great random things scattered in. Really pretty Bristol glass. Looks like Bristol glass. The hand painting on that thing is awesome. Antique glass has definitely become quickly my favorite type of glass. That one's got great color, and if I remember correct, it was only $18 and 20% off. Great price. This booth is always so well displayed, but this check, oh my gosh, this freaking check candlestick, I'm so obsessed with that. Totally majestic, $48 as it is. It had the tiniest nick at the top. If it was for myself at that price with that tiny nick, I wouldn't think twice, but for resale, I really try to stay away from anything with chips, although this was a super tempting one. I always love anything check, and it's funny, when Jeff went with me to Ohio, he, who's not familiar with a lot of stuff, immediately picked out all the check glass too. Another thing I've grown increasingly fond of is enamel. This one's kind of perfectly weathered. Love the coloring on that. It kind of reminds me of long weave pottery, and really pretty hand-blown Christmas ornament there. All right, get ready for it. Insert best cat ever. Love this thing. Made in Hungary, $16. Definitely a little bit much to pay for resale, at least for me. But it had such a good look about it. I've been hoarding really special cat stuff, to be honest. I know you guys haven't seen me sell a lot of it. I usually sell cats year-round, but I've been holding the special ones for March for my 3rd anniversary sale. Gonna do things a little bit different this time. They also had the girl tile. She was also $16. She reminded me of Dolly from the Land of Misfit Toys in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Love that movie. I did get the cat though. I couldn't resist. I know it was a little bit much to pay, but it was so fantastic. Now, I don't remember this booth being here. I think this must be a new vendor. Everybody seems to be ready for fall after that heat wave. I saw a lot of Christmas and Halloween out. And then over here, the Ursula, Disney Japan. I'd actually never seen the Disney Japan Ursula. It was like $12 or $13. I'm sure I'm about to flip the tag over. Yeah, 13, 12.99. I just couldn't resist. Some of the Disney Japan figurines go really, really high. I didn't look it up because I just felt like it wasn't fun. I felt like for $13, I was safe at that price. The Aladdin, that was good. I've seen Cinderella a bunch, and I'd seen the Mickey Cup. Those were both a little bit less. But the Genie behind Jasmine, that's the one that, the other one, I should say, that really caught my attention, and that was $12. I couldn't believe it wasn't repaired. I got Ursula and the Genie. Now, this vendor just moved in recently. I met them when they were moving in. They have such great stuff. They're so nice. Everything in here is up my alley 100%. But I was dying to get a better look at that antique Jack in the Pulpit with the ox blood mouth. Man, that thing is gorgeous. $100. If it was for myself, I wouldn't think twice. Obviously, for resale, I don't think that leaves enough room for me to be comfortable. And they had some awesome swung vases. Of course, I've been more into the antique stuff. They also have a great selection of kitsch here. And then over here, this, well, their cases are awesome too. The confetti lucite is amazing. I love a confetti lucite. But this weird slack glass vase, it had a really interesting mouth on it. Really neat. I had never seen one quite like that before. The uranium swirl in it definitely leveled it up. Last time I was here, I got this awesome Italian cat from her. Again, such great kitsch. Some cats. Love the lucite owl. It's always fun to see those. And speaking of uranium, awesome jar. More Empoli bottles, of course. I'm more into the case stuff. Nice perfume bottles. Like I said, everything in here is just awesome. I love that ashtray. At least I think it's an ashtray. Maybe it's just a jar. I can't remember. And another Italian cat. Also, they had great jewelry. Cute cat brooch. Nice rhinestone piece. I've been buying and selling jewelry like a crazy person. Love the orange turtle jelly belly. That's a nice one too. I like that it's a pendant as well as a brooch. And I'm sure that's what I was saying. And then this is so weird. The enamel Austrian bracelet. That's a gorgeous one too. I love those. And I know somebody who probably needed that. I feel like Janet needs that. Their case had a bunch of amazing small things too. Love the anthropomorphic flowers and the poodle pincushion. Lord knows I don't need any more poodles. Cute little Florenza, some Viking. I love the Viking cat and another Florenza match safe. Burmese Fenton is awesome too. This booth has such great prices. I've pulled some really neat stuff out of here over the years. And I love this little figurine made in Japan. You usually just see the teenage girls. I feel like she's the more adult version. Those used to go for crazy money back when I first started. Nice blue controlled bubble, $13. See, you can't beat the prices here. Looks kind of like lips. All right, here we go. This is Dana's booth. She also has a YouTube channel. She's Needful Curious Things. She has awesome taste. Man, that's a great old locket. She has great jewelry. Of course, my favorite is, I haven't showed it yet, it's the pink. Yep, the pink polka dot enamel flower. It's a little close for resale. If I was buying it for myself, I love the pose doll, though. The music box made in Japan. Yeah, this one made to look like her end, but it's left in. Love her style so much. Awesome find here, the ceramic mermaid made in Japan. I ended up getting her for $35 after the discount. Definitely some room. They're always good. They're kind of hard to come by, and everyone always wants them, so got her. Another mermaid down here, a little more risque. She looks like a hobbyist piece or California pottery. Pretty awesome. Now check out this spider thing. I was pretty sure that Dana made this, and because I remember I was watching her video and she said she makes them. Yep, handmade by Dana. Really neat. I don't have the patience for something like that. And a really pretty micro mosaic. Now this one I did go crazy over. The box was $25, and there was a discount, but it was the color combo. Yeah, 26, and then I want to say it was like 30% off. Awesome brooch too, but it was the little forget-me-nots on that micro mosaic I went nuts for, and I've almost picked these up 100 times. I think they're so cool. It's a transfer, not hand-painted. I usually just go for the hand-painted German porcelain, but again, it's that moon and star motif that just makes me crazy. I love it so much. Celestial always does well. Look at those little forget-me-nots. Oh, so sweet. Even though it had a little verdigris on the side, it's just too good to pass up. Some nice hull pottery, but it was this Czech glass vase that I really had my eye on. $60. That is so pretty. I don't know what it is about the Czechoslovakia stuff. It really does it for me. This booth is always fun too. It's packed full of stuff, a little overstimulating at first, but in the best way possible. Really like this Russian lacquered box, $23 and 20% off. Not bad. Not my favorite motif. Some of them are so great. And of course, that owl always reminds me of Ohio. Nice paperweight. Let's see, what else was there in here? Yeah, see, there I am pointing out the owl. K. Finch. Always reminds me of Black Friday. And I thought that Stein was going to be one of those old hand-painted ones. It was just a transfer. Some of those old hand-painted Steins, oh, especially the ones that are reverse painted on the inside, so cool. Lots and lots of smalls, but it was this cat plate. Oh my gosh, so cool. Kind of like a Lisa Larson vibe. Made in Japan. Of course, you know I love my unique cat stuff. I was trying to turn the price around. Yeah, $12, so it was like $10 after the discount. I had to get at least one. So great. You know how I feel about my tiny boxes. It was that Ormolu one down there, the heart-shaped Hollywood Regency style. Oh, obsessed with those. Love the tufted lining. And again, more jewelry, which is what I've really been focusing on. That's an awesome one. A little too close for me. Actually, I think that wasn't close. I think it was just a reproduction. No, it was close. That's what it was. I can remember. Some of those are really old, and some of them are made to look old. Been obsessed with that old Czech necklace style, even though that one was contemporary. And awesome Donald Duck pull toy. I'm not much of a Fisher Price person, but that was a super early one and seemed like a more desirable character. Always great deals to be had in this aisle. And then this booth, I've always found some unique things too. I was super into this unusual pottery rabbit. For me, it was the weird eyes on it. Nice Fenton here. Really pretty color combo on that. And this booth, always has good prices too. A little bit heavy and a little bit close in price. Like I said, I've been so into the jewelry recently, especially because it's nice to take a little break from shipping. Although I will say $35 on that cat was a great deal. I didn't pick it up this time though. Now this booth down here, this is one of the ones I'm most excited to get into. They have the best kitsch stuff. Love the candy canes. Looks like everybody's getting ready for Christmas and Halloween. I swear, it's like everyone's done with the warm weather. Awesome salt and pepper shaker collection. Again, just kind of looking for that special something. Now this kind of Tiffany blue turquoise vase down there. Big fan. Oh, the fan vase too. The hand painting on that was super delicate. Kind of like that mosser vibe on the paint, even though it wasn't. So pretty with the daisies. And again, like I said, the Tiffany blue was really pretty too. The hand painting wasn't as finely done as I'd like for that price. And then I don't know what it is about this, the domino box with DC cap. Well, of course I know what it is. Looks like DC and it's checkerboard, and it reminds me of Mondrian, one of my favorite artists. Really nice live edge table. Crazy deal on that. I want to say it was like $95, which is insane. Blanco bottle. Decent deal. Not really my color. And of course, the button jars. I always look for the unique and Bakelite buttons in these. If I see at least two and the price is right, I usually pick them up, but not really seeing anything that stands out too much. And this booth is really fun. I don't know if I've filmed since this booth has been here. Awesome Mary Mushroom set. It said it was like new old stock, $200. I want to say was the price on that. Some nice milk glass swungs. I love the pop of color. The display in this booth is totally awesome. Very groovy. And you know, I love my switch plates. I have unique switch plates in every single room of my house. I feel like they make the space. Here's another vendor I always like. She has a booth at Boonesboro Antiques as well. Love that jeweled ashtray with the stones on it. $13. That's a great deal. I was being a little lazy though with the key. The matchboxes are awesome too. I need to have like a tobacco themed sale. I have all these crazy ashtrays I haven't unpacked yet that I got from Tommy. And then she always has great kitsch in this case as well. I don't know what it is, but it was that elf that just really did it for me. Funny expression on him. But this cat, no, this is great. I believe it's left in. It was $24. He definitely came home with me. Really special, and the condition was great. We're going to save him for a rainy day. Awesome bead box here. There's some really nice ones. It's like $56, so if it was cheaper, I would have just bought it. It probably still was a good deal. I mean, some of those beads are really expensive. I was looking for something that really stood out. I loved the hand charm. And then it looks like a lot has moved around. They moved Karen. Hi, Karen. Of course, our friend Karen always has such great stuff. Amazing vanity stuff in the case here. I can't believe how much time it takes to move this stuff around. Her booth was in the other room, but it looks like the other room is no more. That's an awesome case, too. She has such exquisite taste. Now, this Jack in the Pulpit, this thing's epic. $82, and then there was, I believe it was a 30% discount, which is very generous. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you get that? She sent me a picture of it. I mean, it reminds me of cotton candy. Definitely hand-blown, probably contemporary. I'm thinking like a Corning, New York artist, but I'm no expert. Oh, it was so tempting, but I knew that I really didn't want to ship it. Oh, so tempting though. The color in that and the craftsmanship is everything. All kinds of treasures. Love the dog bank, but it was the hat pin holder. $24 and the discount. Such a great deal in the pawn. I don't know why. I was just feeling like a bit overwhelmed. Probably because I haven't been out shopping that much. So it's kind of hard to get back into the groove of stuff. Really cute little Fenton box. And that's really pretty too. The Austrian one. Always love her jewelry. Love everything she has. She has such fun taste. Thought I'd get a better look in this case. I love the purses and the vanity items. The owl wall pocket is awesome. Little dragonware. But it's these powder boxes. I love the one with the big light top. So fun, and the price is so good. I talked to Nick while I was there. They are expanding. They've been working super hard. So September 1st, mark your calendars. Now here, she has this super hard to find awesome frog base made in Japan. Such a good price too. I was into the Anderson pottery seal too. Oh, I almost did it, but like I said, it's just kind of hard to get back in the groove. This, though, this is what I was really into. Wish that was like a little bit smaller, $40. I love the design and the colorway on that. So Art Deco. Gorgeous. Some more fun jewelry. I love these 1960s plastic necklaces, so funky. And then looks like little 1928 cloisonne brooch. Nice little pillbox, very cute. But this is where I find the good stuff. See, here it is. I think it might be German, maybe German. These expandable bracelets are neat, but I've never seen one that's hand beaded like that. It's either Czech or German. Very cool. Those are all glass beads. It was only missing a bead or two, and I want to say it was like $8 or yep, 5. Amazing. I've pulled some really great jewelry pieces out of here. I love that it's always fresh and full. Cute little Kokeshi knotters. The bobbleheads always do well for me. And here I am saying goodbye. Found some great stuff. Always good to go to Weaver's, talk to Nick, and don't forget, mark your calendars for September 1st.